Anything so far?
Oh, I see it live now.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. We're here. We're live. Okay. Now, hey, how's it going, everybody? All right, so chat. This chat is ready to display messages. Okay. All right, I am going to... What's this? Start a watch party. Facebook has way too many features.
So many features.
Oh, man. Okay, We're here. We're live. Oops. All right, I think we have some people in here.
Okay.
And yeah, let's do this. All right, so it's hard for me to full screen this and try to manage this, but I could do that and clear that out of the way. Does that look a little bit better? It's not a full screen, but
Yeah, that looks good.
okay. Awesome. Well, I guess we're just gonna get started here. Welcome to all you guys here that are live with us. This is our very first Pebble monthly update roundup. Kevin and I are going to be talking about some of the newer updates that we're pushing, or we've pushed already, or we're going to push, and we're working on. We're going to show you some of the features, like we're going to be able to demo some of those features in front of you guys, and then answer some questions that you guys might have. So welcome to all of you guys here. And let me just see. Can anybody just say hi in the chat so I know you guys are getting this and you guys can hear me? And I want to see if we can get this into our software here. Or let me see here. All right. Well, it seems like we got a few people here. Joel, Jeff, Eric, Dan. Dan, how's it going? And I just don't know where the chat goes. And I want to make sure I get your guys' messages. Hey, Yasir. Again, if anybody can leave a comment or like a chat. Kevin, are you? Oh, there you go, Barry. Barry, hey, thanks for leaving a message there. All right, so I think we're live here. I don't even know how many people here are live with us, but let's move forward. So once again, thanks again for joining us for our first Pebble update roundup here. We're going to try to do this. Hey, how's it going, Omar? We're going to try to do this once a month and sort of update you guys on what's going on, what we're working. We're actively working on Pebble and updating it. And again, there's just a lot of stuff going on. This is sort of gives us a time to share what's going on with you guys and sort of interact with some of you guys who are actually using Pebble right now. All right, we've got a little bit of a slideshow, so.
Yeah, but huge thank you. We just want to say to everybody who's joined so far. Pebble we just launched Pebble like 3 weeks ago. So with all new software, things are kind of rough when it's first out of the gates. So for those of you who've signed up and started using, I just want to say thank you for your patience. And if you've noticed some bugs as kind of we've gotten going here, we really apologize for those. But we're working really hard to make sure everything is solid. So really appreciate your willingness to test it out early.
And I do also want to give a special thank you to a few of you guys who wanted to, come in early and test Pebble and help us sort of refine some of the processes and the system itself. It makes a huge difference that you guys are so enthusiastic to be a part of it. So thank you to all you guys as well. All right. Let's talk about recent updates. Kevin, do you want to sort of go through these one at a time? Yeah. Let's do it.
Let me share my screen just so we can walk through.
Why don't you share your screen and I'll try to highlight your screen and turn off this screen. Oh.
Okay, so Jesse, maybe you can just tell me what the list is because I'm not looking at it here. But I think the first one was the bulk edit feature?
Yeah, so the bulk edit and delete properties.
Yes. So if you go to your properties screen, you'll now see that there is this bulk edit button. Now, the cool thing about this is that if you, say, wanted to delete all properties from a specific campaign, you could like filter out that campaign, and then you can say, well, let's just do like, let's filter out a specific stage here. And then you can click this bulk edit button, and then this will let you do certain things. So you can like change their stage, or you can change their county, or you can delete those properties. So that just gives you a way, kind of, if you want to make some big changes to a whole campaign or a whole set of properties, you can do that now.
Now, if you guys aren't sure, sorry, I'm just going to cut in here. If you guys aren't sure, I know a lot of you guys haven't even tried Pebble yet. You can always create a free account at pebblerei.com, and essentially we're just going through some of the features and again updates that we have so far in here. So, okay, so is that it for bulk and edit properties?
Yes.
So the next one we have here is the new preview and approve mailings.
Yes. So now when you are in a campaign and you click view mailing, this kind of took you to another page. Now it will just open up this new kind of interactive space here, and it will show you what your mailing looks like, what it will actually show up on the person's doorstep. And we'll also give you some tracking events if we have those. And then if you've got a mailing that you're not ready to send out yet, well, all these mailings have sent, but if you want to test a mailing to see what it's going to look like before you send it, you can click this button here. It'll tell you where the destination and return addresses are. You can edit those if you need to. And then if everything looks good, you can click send now, and then that mailing will go out.
Yeah, so essentially you can send out the entire campaign by hitting the active button there, or you can send out individual mailings one at a time if you'd like. If say something failed sending, you can edit the address and then send that individual one. So you have that control there. The big thing about this is making sure you review everything. You get that last chance to review everything before it goes out. If you wanted to review individual mailings, or if you just wanted to, if you hit activate the entire campaign, you'll just be able to see the first one. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be able to preview the first one.
Mm-hmm. Then you click activate, and then you're.
It's literally the actual PDF that gets sent to the printers and mailed out. So. Minus the actual barcode and the address there, but everything else, yeah, it will be the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, the next one we have here is our template editor updates.
Oh, yes. I don't know if there's much to show, but basically we've been kind of tweaking some things, making sure that the layouts kind of happen as expected. We'll continue making updates to the editor, but more stuff in there.
If anything, if I can answer one common question about that template editor, it's probably like a lot of people wonder about the placeholders. The property list that you actually upload, the column headers don't need to match our placeholder. So you can have it named whatever it is on your actual spreadsheet, your CSV file, or whatever it might be. And then you will be sort of, after you upload your list, you'll be actually matching those fields up with our placeholders. And then you'll go in our document editor here. You'll be able to choose all the placeholders, and it will correspond to whatever was matched up on your spreadsheet. And to insert anything or any placeholder, yeah, you'll just sort of hit this drop-down menu and then insert that. One really cool one is obviously that property code. That property code, it'll generate the unique code on there. So if you want a motivated seller to get back to you on their property, they can go to your site and enter in that code, and that code would come right into Pebble, and that seller would essentially get assigned right to that property itself. So,
right, yeah,
just one of the more common things I hear right now. Okay, let's talk about the mail during the free trial.
Oh, yes. So if you sign up for a free trial, before like when we first launched, you could not send any mailers. So if you wanted to like test out a campaign by just sending 100 offers out, you couldn't do that until you actually paid for Pebble. What we're going to do now is during your 14-day trial, as long as you've entered a credit card to pay for the mailings that you'd like to send, we'll let you send as many mailings as you want during your trial. That'll just help you, if you do want to kind of see the full campaign go out, you can do that during the trial, and you won't have to pay until the 14-day trial's up.
Yeah, so take advantage of that fact. You have 14 days to kind of get your mailers out, get the leads into Pebble. Another thing is if you sign up for Pebble and you just don't have a mailing ready, but you want to see how everything works, go ahead and upload a old list. You don't have to. I mean, when you sign up, you have to go through a process of actually uploading a list and creating a mailing campaign using the doc editor, actually sort of going through the process of creating an actual mail out of your blind offers or your neutral letter, whatever it might be. But if you don't have one ready, use an old list and sort of just go through the system, and it will give you a really good understanding of how things work. So when you're ready to go with your actual first mailer, you're ready to sort of fire, and it will take you only a few minutes to get that out. Okie dokie. And then we've got a bunch of new help dialogues, right?
Yes. So that's one that we've been pretty proud to have up here. So you'll notice now as you're going through the app, going through Pebble, you'll see that there are a bunch of these little question marks around the interface. So when you see these, you can click on those, and it will give you some help that is specifically to the page that you're looking at. So in this case, we're on the campaign page. So this is going to give you a bunch of kind of FAQs about campaigns. So how do I send out my first campaign? How does the daily send count work? And then you can click into those things, and it will give you some help on there. The other place that you'll see these is, say, like when I import a list, this source thing. So you might say, what is this? So you can click that, and it will bring up the help to tell you exactly what the source is. So hopefully that'll be helpful for people who are especially just starting out using Pebble. Whenever you see that little help icon, you can click that and get some help.
Yeah, absolutely. And the articles are something we're still continuing to work on. So if you ever have any questions, both Kevin and I will try to get back to you as soon as we can. And we'll probably add that article into the knowledge base as well. So again, if you have anything that you're not clear about, make sure you just reach out to us, and we'll get back to you. And then also a little tip is if you want to sort of explain something that's a little bit complicated, use something like useloom.com, record your screen, explain to us what sort of issue you're having, and then fire it over to us through email at hello@pebble.com. Okay, other than that, it's been it's been a really, really busy month, obviously. But we've also been pushing and identifying a lot of bugs. Thank you for a lot of you guys who are using it and reporting these bug issues to us. We're sort of getting through that bugs list, but Kevin has also been hard at work sort of fixing those bugs. But that is sort of what we're at up until this point of the month, right?
Yep. We're constantly fixing stuff and adding changes. So if you have feedback, or if you see an error or something that doesn't make sense, just send us a note. You can do that by clicking this "Need Help" link over here. That'll take you to our knowledge base, and then you can submit a form of what you saw right in there. So,
out of curiosity, in the comments, who has heard of Pebble, or you know what, who hasn't heard of Pebble yet and isn't sure? Like, if you can sort of just say me or something along those lines. We're just gonna hop onto that next slide here, and I'll keep an eye on the chat there. So there's a couple things that we're working on right now, and I don't know what the screen is showing right now. I'm trying to go back and forth here. I'm gonna unspotlight us. Oops, no. Spotlight this one. Here we go. So we're working on a few things right now. Kevin, do you want to talk about the custom fields?
Sure. Yeah, this is a big one that we're working on. I know that we've heard a lot about this from some of our users. So yeah, let me share my screen again, and I'll just walk you through the demo.
Oops.
Wow. Okay. You see my screen again?
Yep.
Okay. So the big thing that what people are asking is basically
I'm going to remove the sort of graphic there. It's in the way. 1 second. The caption is in the way.
Okay.
I'm trying to get all fancy here, but it's just, that's not working. Okay, there we go.
Okay. So let's say you're on a property, and the problem that we've had in the past is everybody's sort of has a different process that they have in terms of their workflow. So you're going through your properties, and you've got like a due diligence checklist, or you've got some information that you like to capture in a specific county for that property, whether it's flood zone information, or like a checklist of some kind that you want your VAs to go through, or basically everybody's got different things that they want to capture on our property. And as of today, we don't really offer the ability to capture kind of specific custom information for each individual property. We sort of give you the basics like APN, county, acreage, all those things that are sort of universal, but we don't give you the option to kind of add whatever information you want. And that's what we're trying to solve today. So if you go into your settings page, we've got that pulled up here. So you go into settings and you go over to property settings, you'll see this new section here called property fields. And this is what allows you to add additional fields to any property. So I can come in here and I've got a section here called property attributes. So I'm going to add a new field, and I'm going to call this, say, access. So I want to know access. I want to know what the access looks like to this property. So I can make that either just a text field, or I can make it so people can type in multiple lines of text, or I can make it a checkbox, a date, a number, currency. So currency is great if you want to capture like market value, back taxes, like recording fees, anything like that. You can put into a currency field, and they'll show nicely formatted. And then a really cool one is this drop-down feature. So in this case, I want to capture what kind of access this property has. So I might say paved county road, dirt road, private road, and I don't know, landlocked. We'll add those options to this dropdown, and then I can even come in here and change the colors. So I can say blue and green and I don't know, purple, and we'll say red for landlocked. So then I create that field. So now I've got power and access. And of course, you'll probably have like water and liens and titles and all sorts of stuff that you want to capture here. But you can do whatever you want. And now when I go back to my property page and I go to edit this property, I'll see that drop down show up here. So I've got my access drop down. So I can say this is on a say dirt road. I can change power, and then if I save that property, that will show up here. So we've got property attributes down here, and so that's going to allow you to really customize this page and add whatever information you want. You can capture that here. I just want to also demo real quick if you've got like a checklist that you want to add. So we'll create a new section here. We'll call it checklist, and then I'll just add a bunch of checkbox fields. We'll call this like I don't know, verified access.
I mean, this is really good for your team members or you can even create a checklist for specific VAs on your team that they only are responsible for. So, I mean, you have all that flexibility now to really create all these different fields and sections as well.
Mm-hmm. Can't spell here. Okay, so I'll add a bunch of checkbox fields here, and then I don't know what's another one called utility company. Obviously, every whoops, I would need to make that a checkbox field. But now when I go back to my property screen, you'll see that this new checklist section is here, and I can go in here and just check off these things, click save, and now I've got these checkboxes that list out here. So that can be really helpful if you've got a VA and you've got a certain process for every property that you've got. So I need to call the county, I need to call the water company, I need to call this. You can kind of have that be a checklist on every property, and that will just show up right here on the first page. So yep. So
we got some questions here. Since should we hold the questions or should we just keep going for now?
Well, that's all I had to show there. I guess if you've got questions specifically about this feature, we can talk about those now.
Yeah, let's do it. So, somebody asked, will you be able to change the lat and long, the latitude and longitude?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that right now by clicking this Edit Map button here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you add a latitude, longitude here, I don't know, 100. I don't know if that'll even work. But there we go. It's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So if you type in your lat long here, and then the tricky thing that you have to do is just click this reset shape, and then that's going to put your little square right there in the Pacific Ocean. And so once you've got the shape correctly on, there's a hotel out here in the middle of the ocean. Then you'll just click Save Changes, and now your lat long will be updated. So if that was the question, now your lat long will get fixed there.
Awesome. Yep. Okay. We also have another question here. Can custom fields be entered into the letters? I guess, can they be made into the placeholders?
Yes, they will be. Yep. So you'll be able to, once you've added your custom property fields, you'll be able to add those as placeholders in your templates. And you'll also be able to import those custom fields when you're importing your spreadsheets for your campaigns. So we're going to give you the option to do both of those. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's keep going for now. All right, so that's all about the custom fields, and that's something we're working on right now. It's not live right now, but we're working to get that out.
Yep, expect that in the next week or two. So
the next one we have here is one-off property adding.
Yeah. So I don't need to show this, but this is on the property screen. Sometimes you just want to add a new property and you don't want to do it through a campaign. So we're just going to add a screen where you can do that.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. And then last of all, terms templates.
Yeah, this is one we've gotten asked about. Currently we don't have a template in our template gallery for a terms deal. So like promissory note, loan contract, all that stuff. So we're going to put together a basic template for that, and we'll allow you to create those templates and have placeholders in them and all that. So.
And mind you, you can always bring your own templates into. If you're used to something else, let's say you have your own blind offer, right? You can. So when you're creating a blind offer, say inside of Pebble, you're going to have to choose our blind letter at start, but you can remove everything, just Command A or Control A, select everything and remove everything, and then paste your own version right in there, and then you'll save your own version of the blind offer. Now you can have as many different versions of a blind offer you want. This is great if you're doing some split testing. Pebble will allow you to run multiple campaigns at a time. So you could do half a list using a certain letter and half a list using a separate letter and see sort of what kind of response rates you'll get
Exactly.
if you're into sort of doing the A/B testing thing. Sorry, did I cut you off, Kevin?
Nope, that's exactly what I wanted to say.
Yeah. Okay. What else do we have? I think that's pretty much it. This morning, now before we start taking question here, this morning we shot out a newsletter to a lot of our REI conversion website owners. So we actually have a discount going on right now, especially for launch. Right now it's $179 per month billed yearly. We're going to throw in a free month. So it's going to come out to be $164 per month billed yearly. And what we're going to include in this is, I know a lot of you guys are REI conversion site owners, so we'll help you integrate with your site. So what does that mean? It means that any leads that come from your buying side or your selling side, you'll be able to, we'll just make that connection for you so all your leads drive right into Pebble. The great beauty of that is Pebble is able to parse all that information for you. It's able to recognize all the fields that come through, well, the ones that are necessary. It'll know, let's say if a seller is on your site and entered in the code, Pebble will automatically match that seller up with the specific property that they're interested in selling. Other than that, we're also offering a second bonus here. If you're using a different land system right now, so whether it be, I know a lot of you guys are using Landspeed or Investment Dominator, we will help you migrate all your data that is sitting in, well, all the properties that are sitting in there over into Pebble, so you can continue to track those and make notes into those inside of Pebble. So that's something that we're also going to help as sort of a free service. The last thing is, if you guys wanted to sign up under this promotion, and it does end in a couple days here, you can book a one-on-one walkthrough call, and we'll sort of get you set up, get you lined up, and answer any questions on a one-to-one basis. So you'll be able to have sort of 20 to 30 minutes with me, and I'll answer sort of any questions and walk you through the entire process. But honestly, you probably won't have that many questions until you start getting into the nitty-gritty. The entire flow of it is quite intuitive. So again, you're basically getting an entire month off. There's no setup fees. There's no setup costs. It's $164 per month regularly. It's $179. You'll get all the bonuses, and all you need to do is just head over to pebblerei.com, sign up for your free account, and then just shoot us an email at hello@pebblerei.com, or if you want, hello@reiconversion.com. It doesn't matter. Just let us know you want your free month. We'll make sure you get credited for that month, and we'll put you on that yearly plan. And this all ends on August 3rd. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking me, is there sort of a launch sale or whatever it might be? There's a lot of people that are sort of uncertain about a new system. So this is your chance to sort of get right into there. Plus you get, I mean, if you want to just even have a look around, you have a couple days under a free trial to have a look around before this offer ends. So it all ends on the 3rd. Just head over to pebblerei.com and you can create your free account right now, essentially. Okay, well, what do you guys think? Well, I mean, do you guys have any questions here that we can answer? I know we had a couple questions already. And for those of you, Giles, thanks for joining. I know you fly a big airplane with people in it, and you're on the air. So you're on the air, a bad connection. You're in the air. Hopefully you pay attention to the air traffic up there. But thanks for your questions. So is there anybody else with questions here about Pebble, about integrating, about sort of even upcoming features, or even features you might have in mind that you want to ask us about? Now's your chance. I know there's a bit of delay between us and Facebook, so we'll sort of give you a couple seconds here to sort of let us know if you guys have any questions. And while you guys are getting sort of typing your questions, if you have any there, tomorrow I will be on air I don't even remember what time, but I think it's in the morning. I'll be on air with Yuli on the website side of things. So we're launching a bunch of new features and cool stuff too. We'll be talking a little bit about Pebble in there as well. But yeah, we'll be doing the same thing, doing sort of a update roundup. All right. It doesn't look like we've got any questions here, so I know people will be watching this at a later time. So for you guys that are watching at a later time, feel free to leave your questions for us, and we'll get around to answering those in the comments. And this will also be available on our YouTube channel to be able to watch as well. So if you have any questions on there as well, go ahead and leave it there, or email us over at hello@pebblerei.com. All right, Kevin, it's pretty quiet here, so I think we can wrap this up. Last couple seconds here. Anything else you want to add to it, Kevin?
No, just we again appreciate everybody for kind of starting out with us here. One of the great things about Pebble is that we are constantly working on it. This is the main focus of both Jesse and myself. So we're constantly pushing new features, adding new things. So we will keep doing that. So if you sign up for us, just know that the worst day to sign up for Pebble is, or the best day to sign up for Pebble is today, because it's always going to get better. So
yes.
So, yeah.
Eric asked here, any closer to launching the ability to send postcards?
Yes, that's on our list. That was actually one that I didn't chat about, but it is on our next upcoming feature. So
yeah, we've got some. I feel like, Eric, I might have mentioned this to you because somebody else talked to me about postcards, and it might not be at initial launch, but there's some sort of creative stuff we've been chatting internally about what we can do differently with postcards. But yeah, that's something that we are going to, postcards in itself, yes, just the basic postcard will be available. The pricing for postcards should be up already. So if you have an account, if you just go to settings, you'll be able to see it there, or maybe you can't.
I don't think we have it yet.
You can see it on the homepage, pebblerei.com. If you go to the mailing section, maybe I can show you guys here. If you go to pebblerei.com, and if you scroll down to this here, you'll be able to see our rates. Our rates here. So yeah, it's 44 cents for a postcard. It is first class, and I believe there's color on there as well. So yeah, it's a spiffy looking postcard. It's not sort of your lightweight looking flappy postcard. It's got some weight to it, definitely. So yeah, we're that is something that we're going to be rolling out soon.
Yep, it's definitely on our up next list. So we're going to focus on this custom fields feature first, and then move on to some of those other things, including postcards.
It's interesting. I don't hear a lot of people send postcards. I'm one of the people that do, but yeah, I haven't heard of a lot of others that send postcards. So I'm interested to see who. Yeah, but yeah, definitely, Eric. It will be coming out. So, all right. Well, thanks again for joining us, and we'll be back next month for more updates. But regardless, we're always inside the Facebook group. You can always reach us by email, and yeah, we will chat with you guys soon. Cheers, guys. Everyone. Oh, hold on. We have one question here.
Okay.
This one. James, do you guys have the ability to use web form submission? Do you guys have the ability to use web form submission leads? Yes. Do you want to answer this one?
Why don't you go ahead? This is REI.
So
land leads. Yeah,
you can now if you're using REI land leads, you'll be able to bring in your seller leads from that form. But if you're using another form too, there is a way that you can route all your leads from that form as well. So inside of, you know what, I might as well share this with you guys and show the screen here. I see there's a few more joining here. So, okay. So if you come into your seller section here, you'll be
inbox address. Yeah.
Yes. So you'll be using this inbox address essentially. This address you'll be putting into the notification section of your web form. So wherever your web form typically notifies you or sends you a message that says, "Hey, you've got a new lead." James, exactly. You have your own WordPress site. Whatever form you're using, as long as it allows you to have a notification email, you can use this one so that the leads drive into this, and then it'll come into Pebble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good question though. All right, I know there's a bunch of you guys last minuters, but for you guys who are watching last minute, you can watch this replay. I don't think there's going to be any more questions. Let's give it like 5 seconds here. It's just an odd delay between us and Facebook, but all right, I think we're good here. So thanks again for joining us, guys. Any other questions, just leave in the comments and we will get back to you guys. Cheers.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.